In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a filtration on your Henny Penny Open Fryer, whether it's an electric or a gas model, even models equipped with the auto lift feature that will have motors that raise and lower the baskets towards the back of the unit. First, we're going to start by coming down to our control here, and what's going to happen is our control is going to tell us suggested filter at a certain point. Once we see that come up, this is where we can go ahead and turn off our main power switch, and then go ahead and open up our doors underneath the fryer so that we can gain access to our drain valve. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and slowly open this drain valve about halfway for just a few moments. And then after a few moments, we need to make sure that we go ahead and open that drain valve all the way so that it's completely vertical. Now we can see in our fry pot that the oil is draining down. Now what we need to do is take our return faucet and go ahead and insert it into our quick disconnect right here. The way we do that is lift up on this collar, and we'll shove that up in there, and then we'll release the collar and it should stay in place. At that point, we then need to turn the faucet to the desired vat that we want to filter. For single vat units, we need to go down underneath of the control, open the return valve underneath so that we can return the oil for single vat units. For units equipped with the bulk oil dispose feature, we will need to make sure that the valve on the back of the fryer is in the filter position and not in the discard position. Now that our oil is drained from our vat, now we can go ahead and come back down underneath, and we can go ahead and close our drain valve. Once we do that, now we can come right up here to our filter pump switch, and we can go ahead and turn this on so that we can fill the vat a third of the way to start the cleaning process. Okay. For OGA units equipped with the auto lift feature, we will have our lever right here located on the back of the unit that we will go ahead and turn to the return position, and this will turn on our filter pump motor just like our switch did on this model. Now that the fry pot is filled roughly a third of the way, we can go ahead and turn our pump switch back off. Now we can take our cleaning tools and proceed with cleaning the inside of the fry pot. This is where we'll take our pot scraper, and we will have a crackling ring around the outside of our fry pot that we'll need to take and scrape gently to remove that buildup on that crackling ring. Once we do that, we can then take our gong brush and we can scrub the sides of our fryer to remove any of that excess buildup. Also, we can take and scrub our elements and help remove some of that carbon buildup that will be building up on there. Once we have that scrubbed, then we can take our L-shaped brush that we have here, and this is where we can get back behind these elements to where we can clean the walls of the fryer as well as the other part of the elements that we couldn't reach with the gong brush. You can see here, once I have the L brush inside here as I'm cleaning, I can go down underneath these elements to where I can get all those crumbs to the center of the fry pot so that we can force them down the drain. After scrubbing the inside of the fry pot, we could potentially have a bunch of crumbs in the bottom here that we may need to use our drain brush to clear that obstruction when we go to open our valve back up. Now this is where I can go ahead and go back down and open up my drain valve again. And like I had mentioned, if it's not going down, then we can clear that obstruction with the drain brush. As the fryer is draining the oil, this is where we can use our L-shaped brush to help guide those crumbs down into the drain so that they go down into our filter pan. Once the vat is drained of oil, now we can go ahead and close our drain valve again by turning it back to the horizontal position. And then we can go ahead and turn our pump switch back on to fill the vat back up. Once the oil gets to the top line and we see air coming out and no longer any oil of our return faucet, now we can go ahead and go back down and turn our pump off. For auto lift units, we will turn the lever back to the off position. And for single vat units, we need to make sure that we close the return valve. After we've completed the filtration process and we have confirmed that all the oil from the filter pan was brought back up to the vat, now we can go ahead and proceed with turning our main power switch back on. And once that gets heated up, then we can continue to cook.